He knew that evil wins when good people stay silent. And so for the rest of my life, I will make sure that I don't stay silent.
Y'all, am I the only one? Am I the only one that is a little concerned about why Erika Kirk keeps lying to her children?
Erika Kirk just got hit with the biggest reality check of her life. Charlie's parents have officially stepped in and filed for custody of her children, and no, it's not out of spite. According to them, it's about protecting the kids. They genuinely believe Erika is an unfit mother, and now she's spiraling because this is the one move she never expected. What makes it even wilder is that the Kirks aren't giving her any room to fight back. Legally, they've cornered her, and publicly, they're building a case against her. Just a couple of weeks ago, they released a carefully crafted statement to the press claiming Erika had collapsed emotionally and physically. Robert and Catherine Kirk told the world that their daughter-in-law had been holding on through faith and strength, but the weight of the tragedy finally broke her. She tried to remain strong, but she's only human, they said, urging everyone to pray for her. At first glance, it sounded like compassion. But in reality, it was a strategic masterstroke, the perfect way to subtly signal that Erika wasn't stable enough to raise her kids. And to the public, it worked. The Kirks see this as a necessary step. They believe Erika hasn't been the same since Charlie's death, and that her recent behavior poses a risk to the children. And before anyone calls this an overreaction, here's where things get really disturbing. They suspect Erika is trying to replace Charlie, and the proof? It came straight from Erika's own mouth. In one interview, she said no one could ever compare to her husband, then, moments later, claimed she saw a lot of Charlie and J.D. Vance on live television, in front of millions. To Robert and Catherine, that was the final clue confirming everything they feared about her true intentions.
And wives, do not compare your husband to other women's husbands.
No one will ever replace my husband. No. But I do see some similarities of my husband in J.D. and Vice President J.D. Vance.
And if you think things couldn't get any worse, buckle up. Some experts actually believe Erika targeting Vance is not only possible, but likely, especially now that Vance is positioning himself to take over the MAGA movement. The problem? His Indian wife and mixed-race kids don't exactly fit the image certain voters expect. Erika and her white children, they fit every box Vance can't check right now. That's exactly why the Kirks are convinced this whole situation is a setup, one that puts the kids directly in harm's way. To them, it looks like the children are being turned into political props. And there is no reality where Charlie's parents would sit by and watch that happen. Not when they're alive to stop it, and let's be honest, Charlie would have despised it too. He was extremely protective of his children's privacy. Most of you remember that he didn't even allow photos of Erika's pregnancy online, let alone any pictures of the kid. Everything was kept private because he feared for their safety. At one point, Charlie and Erika even talked publicly about receiving kidnapping threats. That's how serious it was, and that's exactly why the Kirks refused to let history repeat itself.
Now I understand Charlie and Erika maybe made the decision that they didn't want to share his face on social media, and she said we did get kidnapping threats, we did get death threats, and stuff like that. I understand some people are like, it's a security thing, and again, that's their choice.
But Erika, she's mentioning the kids in interviews, using them to gain brownie points with the public.
You told your children that Charlie was going on a work trip with Jesus. Are they still asking, where's Daddy?
Yes, my daughter continues to ask. I told her the other day, she said, I just miss Daddy, and when is Daddy? When is he coming home? And I said, baby, Daddy's still with Jesus. And I said, they are so busy. And I said, if ever you want to talk to Daddy, you just look up to the sky and start talking to him. He can hear you. He's always here.
There's no universe where Charlie would have approved of any of this, and his parents absolutely don't. But things get even darker from here. It turns out Erika is keeping her options wide open. Vance isn't the only one she's pursuing. She's knocking on every door she can find. And what makes the Kirks believe that? Simple, Erika has been filmed hugging random men in ways that look, Well, more than friendly, all in front of millions. On top of that, her wardrobe choices have become a talking point on their own. This is the same woman who used to joke about dressing like Adam Sandler half the time. Yet now, just months after Charlie's death, she's suddenly camera-ready around the clock, showing up in sheer dresses and red carpet makeup. If you're wondering where her priorities are, you're not alone.
90% of the time of my life, I look like Adam Sandler. I'm not dressed like this. So, like, you pick Adam Sandler, can we pick someone else? Yeah, I know.
Prioritize trying to find a spouse in much higher likelihood to find.
But as women, you need to take care of yourself in order to, you can't be looking like Adam Sandler and expect that you're going to.
And it doesn't stop there. According to online critics, Erika seems far more focused on climbing the social ladder than being present for her kids. She's out accepting awards, giving dramatic speeches, and doing interview after interview, all while the children are left in the background. Even her own supporters are starting to call this a major red flag. One comment that went viral said, "No, I don't think Erika is being a strong Christian boss babe." Jumping into the spotlight just 2 weeks after her husband's death, doing podcasts, and playing CEO, it's weird. She's wealthy enough to let her team run things while she takes care of her babies. They just lost their father, shouldn't she be putting them first? And honestly, that sentiment is spreading. If Erika is busy chasing influence, chasing attention, and possibly chasing new relationships, then it's hard not to wonder whether the kids are being overlooked, or worse, being used as pawns in whatever plan she's putting together. But the Kirks' concerns go deeper than ambition or the possibility of Erika seeking a new partner. What worries them most are the mysterious connections surrounding her, people they've never met, never heard of, and know nothing about. Who are the powerful figures opening doors for her? Who's propping her up behind the scenes? And how much influence do they hold over her? Online investigators have even pointed to unusual travel patterns and suspicious overlaps, claiming certain aircraft and private jets seem to appear near Erika's locations dozens of times over the past few years, far more often than they ever aligned with Charlie's movements. To some, it looked like protection. To others, it looked like surveillance, and the wildest part? An alleged insider supposedly reached out to a commentator and insisted the rumors weren't just speculation, they were real.
That the person the planes were actually tracking for years was Erika. Not Charlie, but Erika was the one being tracked by these planes, and indeed, it turns out that she was correct. She discovered that between 2022 and September of 2025, both of those aircrafts, SUBTT, the yellow plane, and SUBND, the blue plane, showed 68 overlaps with Erika's documented locations.
On top of that, online investigators have started dragging Erika into all kinds of wild theories, even trying to link her to major political figures and controversial names. Whether any of it is true or not doesn't even matter at this point, the internet heat is real. And in the eyes of Charlie's parents, that kind of chaos is the last thing the kids should be exposed to. That's why they've gone full force, filing custody claims and pushing back hard in the media. In their minds, this isn't about punishing Erika, it's about protecting the children from whatever whirlwind she's gotten herself tangled in, and now, everything around Erika is spiraling faster than she can manage. Charlie's parents aren't just grieving grandparents anymore, they're in full protect mode, and they've made it crystal clear they don't trust Erika's judgment or the company she keeps. With custody papers officially filed, this has turned into a full-scale legal showdown, one that could bring every hidden detail, every rumor, and every questionable connection into the spotlight. The only question now is simple. Is Erika prepared to step into the ring?
Would Charlie have forgiven his killer?
He's in heaven. And he sees everything, full picture. And I truly believe that if the Lord, which this does not happen, but if the Lord gave him an option to return back to earth, and if the Lord said, this is what your death is going to be the catalyst for, do you want to go back and exchange it?